It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 take, go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll into our post-race winning team here at the Hefty Odor Block 200 here at Phoenix International Raceway. We're pleased to be joined by crew chief Drew Blickensderfer and team owner Jack Roush, the number 60 World Financial Group Ford, victorious here today, and continue to knock points off that lead. You now trail 56 points between you and Clint Boyer between the championships. So I'm going to ask you, Drew, first of all, your thoughts about some of the calls you made up on the pit box.
The first three, I think it was three. The first two were real easy. You know, we'd gone long enough on fuel where we need to come and get 4 tires and fuel. They were pretty easy, little adjustments on the race car. The third one was real typical, and we had another set of tires there, waiting for a caution. I think I had 180 written down on my board, and I said 180 is my decision maker time. Showed it to Jack, and he kind of gave me a shrug, like, yeah, have fun with that call. Asked Carl, he kind of said the same thing to me. And, you know, with 5 to go and the caution came out, we were in a tough spot leading the race. I was pretty sure we were the fastest car on the racetrack at that time, so the guys behind us were going to have a hard time beating us on the same tires. So the guys that weren't racing for points probably could come in and take a chance, and that's what they did. Green and white checker, we got fortunate with that and held off by half a car.
Thank you very much. Now we also have our race winner in here, Carl Edwards. And Carl just mentioned that lead now has shrunk to 56 points for Clint Boyer. So your thoughts not only about winning today's race, but I know you've got your eye on that back-to-back championship.
Yeah, for sure. You know, if we run like we've been running and we perform as well as we have, and Drew makes the decisions that he's been making, and you know, we can close 56 points without Clint having trouble. You know, we just have to have them, you know, they have to have just a little bit of an off day. So, you know, we needed this today. We needed to win this race. We needed to lead the most laps, and really proud of how my guys performed. They made up for any of the bad stops with that last one. That was good. So, definitely a good day. Fun race. I like this racetrack a lot. Some of the best races I've had have been here, and I enjoy it.
Jack, your race team has really been outstanding here down the stretch across the board. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, I'm in the presence of fast people again. You know, I enjoy the presence of all of the guys and the girls that put this race team together and keep it working. Drew came on the scene with Carl about a third of the way into the season and rebuilt the thing for strength and to bring some fresh ideas. Today, the unsung heroes were for sure the pit crew, which who got Carl out at the end first there, and he had a fast enough car. He was able to hang on to it, but it is hard to pass here. I heard Carl comment to the track manager that don't ever repave this racetrack. So a surface that is worn down like this, where you slide around on some, gives a driver a chance to do his business. But Drew was on his game with his tire pressure, and they made just a little tweak on the pit stops. The last time I think that he actually didn't make a change, but had one little change before. And it all came together. But Carl was the man of the hour, standing up on a seat, pushing on a bent gas pedal. Is that right? Yeah, that's the other story. He might have had the pole today, but he had an issue. Carl had an issue of qualifying. I think he had one foot on top of the other foot. And even though we'd run this car before and run this gas pedal before, he found something that he'd never found before, and the pedal wound up cockeyed in the car. And he raced it that way all day today because Drew was afraid to change it. But that might be an interesting story to understand what was going through Carl's mind when the gas pedal collapsed when he was qualifying.
Absolutely. Let's go right into questions, and we'll start right here.
Bruce Martin with SI.com. I don't know if you saw Boyer's car after they did the repair. A, was that the worst looking nose job you've ever seen? And B, were you surprised that even with all that damage, he got it into the top 5 at one point?
I didn't see. I saw in my mirror that I could read a lot more of his hood than I normally could in the mirror. So I thought, man, that thing must be bent up. And then there at the end, I knew he was excited. He came up and rubbed our door and everything. He was all pumped up. So they did a good job of recovering. I didn't get a good look at the car, but anytime you can have any damage and fight back and finish fourth, that's good. So
Probably had some more downforce.
yeah, was it? Could it have been more downforce?
Either that or illegal duct tape.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have made the template.
that's all right. You got to do what you can. If you can get an advantage when you're fixing it, you got to do it.
Let's go to Jim right here, Jim Pedley, if we could, please.
Yes, Jim Bentley with the Kansas City Star. Carl, when you noticed he had crashed, Clint said when that happened, he thought he was done for the season. Did you think the same thing, or what was going through your mind when you realized that he'd wrecked big?
All I could think of was last night in the truck race. You know, I watched that, and I just thought, man, you know, sure enough, as soon as I start, you know, relaxing here and you know, counting points, that you know, something will happen to us and it'll be a wash. So I assumed with some damage, you know, I didn't know how bad it was damaged, like I said, but I assumed with some damage that he was going to run worse than 10th, you know, and I thought anything, as long as we finished in the top 2 or 3, it was still going to be a win. You know, but definitely didn't want to. I didn't relax. You know, I knew that the same thing could happen to us. You know.